What if I told you that the thing most parents are spending their energy on before their child turns 5 is actually the wrong thing? And not just slightly wrong, but so far off the mark that it could be working against your child's development. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you is backed by neuroscience, and it's going to change how you see your role as a parent entirely. We live in a world where the pressure to raise a smart kid starts almost at birth. Baby Einstein videos, alphabet apps, number flashcards, reading programs for 2-year-olds, parents everywhere are hustling to give their children a so-called head start. And honestly, who can blame them? The world feels competitive. You want your child to succeed. You want them to be ready. So you drill the letters, you count the numbers, you celebrate every time they nail the alphabet song. But here's the thing neuroscience keeps telling us, and most parents never hear it. Academic acceleration in the early years doesn't actually predict long-term success. Research in child development, including work that dates back to Dr. Arnold Giesel, shows that children who learn to read or count early don't end up smarter or more capable than those who learn those same skills later when their brain is ready for it. The advantage doesn't stick. What does stick, though, is something completely different. Before your child can absorb any lesson about letters or numbers, their brain is trying to answer a much more fundamental question. Am I safe? Do the people around me show up for me? Can I trust my world? And here's where it gets fascinating. The brain, especially in children under 5, is wired to prioritize survival before it prioritizes learning. When a child feels anxious, unseen, or emotionally overwhelmed, the thinking part of their brain, the prefrontal cortex, literally goes offline. Learning cannot happen efficiently in that state. But when a child feels calm, connected, and emotionally secure, that same part of the brain lights up. Curiosity flourishes, information sticks, problem-solving becomes natural. Harvard University's Center on the Developing Child has confirmed that early emotional experiences physically shape how the brain gets wired. This isn't soft, feel-good parenting talk. This is biology. The neural pathways that control attention, empathy, emotional regulation, and executive function all develop far more powerfully in children who experience consistent, responsive connection with their caregivers. So, what does your child actually need before age 5? 3 things: emotional safety, responsive love, and free play. These aren't cute extras, they are the actual foundation of intelligence, resilience, and future success. Let's break those down practically, because knowing this is one thing, but living it is another. The first shift is how you respond when your child is upset. When they cry or melt down, instead of rushing to make them stop or dismissing what they're feeling, try pausing and saying something like, "I see you're upset. I'm right here. Tell me what's going on." That kind of response teaches emotional intelligence, which researchers consistently identify as one of the strongest long-term predictors of success, strong relationships, and mental health. The second shift is protecting time for play. Real, unstructured play, not educational apps, not organized activities designed to teach skills. Just play. Building blocks, pretending, exploring, making a mess. Dr. David Whitebread of Cambridge University described play as the most powerful learning tool available to young children, more effective than any formal instruction. When your child plays, they're practicing creativity, self-regulation, social skills, and problem-solving in real time. The third shift is how you give praise. When you tell your child they're so smart every time they get something right, you're accidentally teaching them that their worth is tied to being naturally gifted. The research on this is clear. It builds fragility, not confidence. Instead, notice the effort. Say things like, "Wow, you kept trying even when that was hard." That shift from outcome praise to effort praise builds genuine grit and a growth mindset that carries children through challenges for the rest of their lives. The fourth shift is narrating daily life. You don't need special curriculum for this. Just talk to your child as you move through your day together. Describe what you're doing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling. This kind of rich, natural conversation builds vocabulary and language comprehension far more effectively than any flashcard system ever could. And the fifth shift might be the most countercultural one of all. Slow down. Your child doesn't need a schedule packed with enrichment activities from dawn to dusk. What research increasingly shows is that children who grow up with present, unhurried caregivers develop stronger self-esteem, better problem-solving abilities, and healthier emotional lives. You don't have to be a perfect parent, you just have to be a genuinely present one. Here's the powerful takeaway I want you to hold on to. You are not behind if your 4-year-old doesn't know all their letters yet. You're not failing if they can't count past 20. What matters most in these early years is whether your child feels safe in their body, connected to you, free to explore, and confident that their emotions are welcome. Build that foundation, and everything else, the reading, the math, the confidence in the classroom, it all follows naturally because the roots are strong. The goal was never to fill their heads with facts before they're 5. The goal is to grow a child whose brain is wired for curiosity, connection, and resilience. That's the real head start. And the good news is, you don't need any special program or expensive tool to give it to them. You just need to show up, be present, and trust that love is actually the most sophisticated brain-building tool ever designed. If this shifted something for you today, please subscribe and share this with another parent who needs to hear it. I've linked a resource in the description below that I think you'll find really helpful.